Hello and welcome back to another episode of Hope to Recap, where we catch you up to speed on our latest D&D episode from our current D&D campaign, Ravenwood. Today, we will be discussing episode 10, Reset. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. In this episode, the team, now back at Ravenwood, make their way back to Fort Nightlily, tired and overall distraught. Alva attempts to tell Sterling the news about Osner, but he simply collects a Santa Mascara and teleports away in a very Sterling fashion. Most of the team head back to the fort, but Alva decides to spend the night where he usually sleeps, under the moonlight and stars near Osner's restaurant. On his arrival, Shen asks Baldwin if there was any way to move the entrance to Fort Nightlily, somewhere closer to Osner's restaurant, since that's where Alva spends most of his time. Baldwin hands him the key to the hatch and tells Shen to simply lock it, pick up the entrance door, and drop it wherever it's desired. Meanwhile, Pearl's reunited with Cotton Candy and Iris after a long time missing them. Everyone settles in for the night and gets a well-deserved rest. In the morning, Alva wakes up to the sound of Sterling coming to enjoy some of Osner's food, but Alva instead tells him what happened. He tells him about Osner's death and how he believes that the Don is responsible for it. He also begs Sterling not to do anything rash. Sterling informs Alva he needed to head out and take care of something, a favor he owed to Osner in case this happened.
But I wanted to be the person that told you that because I know Osner meant so much to you. Just like he meant so much to me, and I wish that I could have just made it back here a little sooner. But I just couldn't make it. No, and I'm sorry about that.
He sees a couple tears start flowing down his face.
I'm not gonna say that I know exactly how you're feeling because I don't, but I'm here for you if you need it. Not only as, as a student, but friend, family, even.
As Sterling leaves, Shen and Filippo show up with the hatch in hand and ask Alva for a safe space to put it. Shortly after, the group joins up at the dinner table to enjoy some breakfast, as well as discuss the important matters at hand. Adrian makes an appearance, followed by Sterling. Both Adrian and Alva get pushed away by Pearl to talk in private of what just happened, fearing Iris will find out where they actually went, while the rest of the group interrogates Sterling. Filippo begins to question Sterling about his knowledge of the darkness and about the Sentinel he created. He assures the group that although he is linked to the darkness, he does his best to suppress it, fearing he might end up killing someone else, and reveals he killed his best friend while being under the influence of it. Meanwhile, Alva informs Adrian about the mission they won on, explaining how much other people distrust the school as well. Adrian shares with Alva the fact that he also is distrusting of the school, but does his best to stay in the loop of things, justifying his position on the High Council. Come noon, the group splits up. Shen and Filippo open a bank account for their group while Alva goes to work on Osner's restaurant. Upon taking his leave, Sterling bumps into Pearl, who introduces him to Rusty, the card they brought back from Ra's home. Sterling informs her that it's just a truck and not a creature, and it's definitely not alive. Pearl gets mad at Alva and in a state of anguish darts to her room, not wanting to be bothered. A woman by the name of Penny makes an appearance at Fort Nightlily, asking the group about the car, hoping to make a deal with them. She informs the group she would like a sample of the car's fuel, and if the fuel is compatible with their vehicles, she would compensate the group in gold. Still distrusting of her, everyone joins Penny back at her lab as she runs the samples of the fuel. The group discovers that Penny works for a company called SkyCorp, a company specialized in making military vehicles as well as regular day-to-day vehicles, amongst other things. Alva decides to leave halfway through testing, feeling uncomfortable after Penny asks him about his web shooters. On his way out, he notices guards rush past him and make their way into a different section of the lab. Sneaking his way to them, he manages to get a glimpse of a giant white claw slashing away at those same guards. One isn't so lucky and falls victim to the deadly claw. The other guards manage to push back this creature back to where it broke out of, and Alva immediately leaves.
Great. Okay. So as you're walking through some of these halls, you notice that there are a ton of cameras on each corner. And you wait for them to just turn away as you sneak through.
Okay.
As you were around the corner from you saw the guys go into, you hear a whole ton of blaster shots. And you hear a loud roar. You peek the corner just in time to see one long white metal tendril grab onto one of the guards. and pull him to a chamber.
Racist.
And then the rest of the guards are freaking out, and then eventually one of them runs up to the door, hits a button, and they close the process.
After the testing is complete, Penny tells the group that their field is indeed compatible and would like to write up a contract in order to further develop their professional relationship as well as any financial agreements for the party's compensation. Ava makes his way to visit his tinkering friend, Loom, back at his shop to catch up after a few weeks of not seeing each other. Ava informs him about the field and asks him if he knows anything about this Penny from Skycorp. He tells Ava that they were actually colleagues at some point, assigned to work on a project together. He tells Ava that she was into experimenting on animals and creatures to cybernetically enhance them, something that is illegal at the school, but how even then, that didn't stop her. He warns Ava never to cross her and to stay on her good side no matter what. After giving this information, Ava reunites with his friends and pulls Filippo aside to share his newfound information about Penny. Filippo, still feeling confident with himself on a deal, assures Ava that they'll do the right thing if push comes to shove.
It'll help the group further. I honestly wasn't caring about the percentage as long as we can live, but it helps our vehicles and travel a lot better. We get 7% free fuel, a choice of vehicle, and one of the first models of a spaceship. We're not funding her. From what I know, we're not funding her biomech.
Alva, now noticing Pearl is angry with him, travels to a pet shop and buys Pearl a rabbit and a weasel. He brings back the creatures to Pearl's door only to get hit in the shin by her. Alva does his best to apologize, and at least for the moment, Pearl accepts his apology. Before settling in for the night, majority of the group travels back to Ravenwood proper to do some last minute shopping before heading back to Pearl's home. Here they meet Adrian again and informs them that if they need better armor, he knows just the person, Knox's mom, a lady with impeccable taste. And with this, the group enjoys one last relaxing night before they enter the dangerous world known as Pearl's home for the second time in order to help Pearl's family as well as pay off their debt to Alder. And that's everything that happened in episode 10, Reset. Thank you very much for watching, and just a reminder, if you want to watch us live, you can. We are live every single Wednesday on twitch.tv/HopeToDice at 5 p.m. CST. So thank you very much. We are Hope to Dice, and we hope to see you there. Thank you.